Sounds good.
Hey everybody.
Hello everybody.
I'm Stav.
And
this
I'm
is
Joseph.
And we are here like we are every Wednesday to show you guys a live tutorial. Surprise, we're actually not live. We're coming at you from the past. And we knew we weren't going to be able to be here today, but we still wanted to give you a video tutorial. So this is an advanced recording, but it doesn't mean that you can't leave your comments below, and we will definitely answer them. So don't forget to like and share and leave your comments below. Anything, if you have a question about a tool, if you have a question about the app overall, if you have a question about how to get a certain result in Enlight, just leave your comments below and we'll answer you. That being said, the tutorial we have for you today is actually a really cool one. We call it the tea party tutorial.
Yes.
Or teacup.
Tea party.
Tea party.
It's a tea party.
It's a tea party.
Yes.
And this is actually based off one of our ads that's running on Facebook to advertise the app and get new users. And we noticed that this particular ad got a lot of engagement, and a lot of people were downloading the app and then saying, no way, you can't do this with Enlight.
No way.
This ad is misleading. You guys are liars. So we're here to prove to you that you can do it in Enlight. It's just a really cool effect. It's kind of unbelievable to think you can do it on iPhone. And that's it. So let's get started. We're going to show you how to make this cool teacup tutorial, tea party tutorial with the mixer tool, various blending modes, and some brushes. So let's go.
And no lies. You'll see.
No lies.
No lies, just live.
I thought you said no lice, like in your hair.
Oh, all right. Also not.
No lies.
No lies.
No lies.
Okay, so this is the advertisement that we show. This is the result, and as you can see, this lady is having a tea party, and I hope it's not hot enough. And
Or too hot.
Or too hot. And okay, so we have here the original picture, and we have the tea picture, right? So basically, I'm gonna show you just what I did before. I cropped this picture for the simple reason that I want to have these two images in the same ratio so that it's gonna be easier to work. So let's start.
So this was actually the original image, and then you cropped it so that we have the same ratio. So you're not working with a picture that's like one's really big, one's really small, and then they don't fit together in the same composition.
Yes.
That's basically.
So I'm gonna show you. Let's go to the menu, and then let's go to canvas and crop. All right, now let's go to fixed ratios, and then we're gonna go to the 4:3. That's the one I like to work with because it fills up the whole screen. And then let's tap again so we can flip it, and then we're gonna place it somewhere near here so that we can have a nice composition. And that's it. We're gonna tap the check mark, and now the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this same image, and then I'm gonna go to menu, image, adjust, and I'm gonna turn it into white so that I can have the same image with the same ratio in white, and I'm gonna create a different photo with the image of the girl. You'll see. And then let's go to Tools tab, and then Basic and Offset, and now we're gonna raise it to 100, and that's
Swipe
it.
all the way to the right. You're actually on 99. Okay,
There you go. Okay, and then we're gonna tap the check mark, and you're gonna save it with the top menu. And I already saved it, and I'm gonna go back, tap the undo button, and I have my picture here.
Basically, Joseph just created that, so he has a white background that's the same aspect ratio, like sort of like a blank canvas to work on. It's sort of a hack. So you have a blank white canvas to work on, and now go.
Thank you. And now I'm gonna go to menu again, and then I'm gonna go to tools, and I'm gonna go to mixer, and now I'm gonna add the lady that is wanting very bad to have the tea party, and I'm gonna place it somewhere. I'm gonna do this approximately to my intuition, where I think it should be fitting with the teacup, right? So I'm gonna place it somewhere here. I'm gonna start getting rid of the background anyway because I don't need it. So let's go to Tools tab, and then Erase, and then let's start erasing the whole background. And remember, just be patient and zoom in, and then you'll get more precision in your work. And get rid of all those small details, and the more precise you do this, the better will be the result, and people will really believe that you were having a party in a teacup.
Right. And the better you do this, also, the less people will believe that you actually did this on iPhone. One of the coolest things about Enlight, and a lot of things that our users tell us, a lot of the feedback that we get is that they show their friends photos they created, and they're like, no way, you definitely didn't do that on an iPhone. Like, there's no way. So the better you are, the more precise you are, the more you zoom in and really get those tiny details, the better your result will look. It'll just look cleaner, it'll look polished, it'll look professional. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can always go and come back and keep working on your photo, but try and really put that extra effort so it looks, because it can look perfect. Right.
Just because it can.
Yeah. So why not?
Why not do it in the right way?
Why not?
Just like life, basically.
Oh, Joseph, you're such a philosophical...
It's the enlightened philosophy that I take everything, and it's very important.
Yeah, enlightenment is something you learn in philosophy. Anyway. No, in history. The Enlightenment.
Enlightenment. I think it's in every culture. The Enlightenment. Something.
No, isn't it like a period of time? If you guys know, you can help us out here because we're not history expert. Yeah. It's a period of the time after like some sort of something in England.
Something in England.
No, something in England.
Yeah, and then
every now and then I try and prove I'm smart and it, but I don't really know the details.
I think we should make like a chapter specifically talking about, culture and England and Enlightenment.
Because of our name, because of the app's name.
Because of the name, yeah, it's very important. People know what does actually that mean. I mean, I do think that Enlightenment is a concept that it's been in many religions for decades, for a long time. I don't really know what it means, but I know it's there. So you see, I'm doing this very quick just for you to see. I mean, but you should do this slowly, and I'm just gonna.
Also, if you're doing it on an iPad Pro, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's really like, I don't know, almost like really actually drawing on a real canvas. With the iPhone, it's a little bit harder. You have to pay really close attention. On an iPad Pro, if you guys have one, you should definitely use Enlight on it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. For example, if you want to get a good result in the hair, what I would recommend you is to zoom out a little bit, and then the tool itself is gonna kind of recognize in a more general way the hair, and then it's gonna remove all the areas that you don't want there to be. It's a thing that you'll just start seeing when you work on it. You'll see, and that you get used to the feeling. It's kind of a feeling that you get.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay. Okay, I think this is the right position, and this thing that I'm gonna do right now, you don't have to do it, but you could do it. It's a good way to check if you actually did it in the right position. So you tap the flatten button, and you're gonna add now the picture of the teacup. Just to check out, you're not gonna leave it there. Just to check the position. So you're gonna zoom and then make it fit to the screen, and then we're gonna go to Tools, Blending Mode, and then we're gonna lower the opacity. So now you can see that it's actually in the right place where it should be. So now that I have done this, I'm gonna erase my picture. Let's go back to Tools tab, and then let's erase. And then I'm gonna save this thing.
You deleted it, actually.
I deleted, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't really, I don't know if you need to go to Tools tab for that. Maybe you do. Either way, just delete the picture that you just did.
Yeah, because if I don't go to Tools tab, then I won't see the icon of the trash.
Okay.
So, okay, now let's tap the check mark. And now we're gonna just start building our picture. So now let's go to the teacup picture.
So you want to start with the teacup picture on the bottom?
Yes. And we're gonna go to Mixer within Tools. And simply we're gonna be adding this girl a few times. The first time, and let's make it fit like that. And then we're gonna remove all the whites, and we're gonna leave just the legs, the area that is gonna be under the water of the tea. And we're gonna apply a specific blending mode, and then we're gonna keep doing this in a different way for the other parts. So something like this. And actually we need to remove this whole upper part of her body, and we're gonna leave only this area. Under the water, just like this, and we're gonna take care of all those details. The more zooming you do, the more sharp you can get those edges. And now let's remove the white. Be sure that we have all that clean up. Okay. And now let's start playing with the blending mode. So let's go to blending, and I'm gonna check for the overlay. Actually, it looks pretty good to me.
But you can experiment with other ones, and maybe depending on the color of your picture, the color of your teacup, the color, well, not the teacup, the color of the tea.
Yeah.
If you used a teacup that was different, it wouldn't.
So definitely, I think that right now overlay is the most realistic in this case. So I'm gonna tap the flatten button, and I'm gonna add again the picture, but now this time, and I'm also gonna fit it to the screen. And now I'm gonna go back to tools tab and then erase, and then I'm gonna start erasing all these areas again. I told you, you gotta be patient. And we're gonna erase from the legs, and now I'm gonna leave only the upper part this time.
Also, putting something on a white background makes it easier to erase because the color sort of catches more easily.
Yes.
If you have something on a background that's a little bit more busy or with a lot of colors, it's more difficult to erase. You can still do it, but it just takes a little bit more time. You have to zoom in. You have to really... so that's another advantage to... When you're adding two images, try and add something that's already on a solid background, white, black.
Yes.
So that's a helpful tip.
So even though it's more work, but it's worth at the end because you'll get a better result, and it's gonna be easier at the end. And then you see you're gonna remove these whole parts, and also we're gonna remove from the edge of the cup, like here. All these areas, so that we can see this. Actually, she's actually behind the glass.
I didn't think about that.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm here, and I do think about those things.
Yeah, that's why you're here.
That's my job. And we add, as you can see, very easily. And then here in those corners, also here. And we're almost done. As you can see. All right, and also remember, it's very important that you work with high resolution pictures so that you can also, it's going to be easier for you, also better results.
Right, maybe let's talk about that for a second. If you're using an image that is low resolution, meaning it's a little bit pixelated or it's a little bit blurry, you might not think it matters that much, but once you start mixing photos, you'll really notice that difference. So the sharper the image is, the clearer it is. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bigger image. That's sort of more related to the amount of megabytes, right? Correct me if I'm wrong here. But you really need to make sure that it has a high resolution regarding megapixels. Otherwise, you'll get something blurry. It'll be a little bit harder to mix it. So,
well, actually, a picture that has less pixels and less resolution usually will have less megabytes. Also.
It's related, but it's not like mutually exclusive, I think is the term.
That's a nice term. I like. I think I'm going to apply it to my life.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're done.
Yeah.
You could be more and more precise, and and also it depends on your picture what areas you're gonna have to add and stuff. But this is the general
how to.
How to. And now let's tap the check mark. And now we're gonna go to brushes, and of course we're gonna add some smoke to the to cover her body, so that it looks like she's really hot. And also like here, this one. Okay, but I'm gonna go to tools and then set brush, and I'm gonna lower the size a little bit, and also the opacity, so we don't have it too much too intense. And then let's tap tools tab again, and then let's start adding the effect over her just a little bit.
So she's really steaming.
Yes, just a little bit, not too much. Don't exaggerate. It's just to give it like a...
Make it just a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, and that's it. Now let's tap the check mark, and then we can go to filters and add some analog so that we can close the whole image. I'm gonna make my own preset, but you can choose presets from here. And let's do
So those presets are there. Let's just for anyone who's tuning in for the first time, if you go to the presets.
Yes, here.
Yeah, so these are presets that we've already set for you. There's a lot of really cool options. They're already configured. You can choose one of them for a quick fix, or you can choose one of them, then go into Tools tab and then tweak it yourself. Or you can just go straight to Tools tab.
Yes. Actually, I like this. But okay, yeah, you can go to Tools tab.
So say Joseph picked the Fuji preset in analog, then he went into Tools tab, then he goes into Basic, for example, and you can see that these are already configured. There's structure is 22, brightness is 19. So that's sort of how we configured the preset. And then from here, you can tweak it on your own. So that's a great way to start with a preset, then go into Tools tab and tweak it yourself.
And I'm gonna lower a little bit the brightness. I already like this Fuji
I
preset.
use Fuji a lot, actually.
It's very cool. I think it's one of my favorite. And let's go to film. Maybe I can add some grain, and maybe some vignette. Why not? And that's it. Now let's tap the check mark, and here you go.
Yep, so that's your edit. You can share it if you wanted to share it.
You can tap
You can share it. Yeah, menu. That's the share icon. You can save it. You can share it to Instagram. You can send it to a friend. And
a lot of options.
A lot of options. So that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to write them in the comments below. If you missed a step, we also always upload these sessions to YouTube. So if you missed something, you don't have time to watch it now, don't worry. You can just log into our YouTube account. It should be up there tomorrow. And watch the videos more slowly. Stop, pause whenever you want. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Yes. I think that's it.
Don't forget, share, like, or comment. Thanks for watching.
And tell us what you think. And that's it. So see you guys next week.
Bye.